after the completion of Sly 3, Sucker Punch started production on a new IP. While a lot of people were disappointed that it wasn't going to be Sly, many fans were looking forward to their next big project. In 2009, Infamous was released, and it really blew me away at the time. I loved the storyline, the gameplay, the awesome concept. Yeah, I just loved it. Granted, by today's standards, it does show its age, but it was an incredible experience when it first came out. Yeah, I know that Prototype was released by Activision very shortly after, which features a similar gameplay style and concept, but you'll be glad to know I won't bring it up, and I just wanted to get that out of the way. The story begins in Empire City, and upon pressing the start button, there is a massive explosion that launches a destructive shockwave throughout the city, sending the whole place into chaos. At the center of the blast is a man named Cole MacGrath, who was a bike courier and tasked with delivering a package when he was instructed to open it, which is how the explosion happened. As he tries to escape, he comes into contact with electrical equipment and suddenly gains some sort of electricity-based superpower. Once he is rescued by his best friend Zeke and his girlfriend Trish, he slowly learns to control his powers while the entire city is under lockdown. Unfortunately, all of the street gangs have organized and gained a strong hold over all of the districts to commit acts of violence while the rest of the population is forced to stay within the city. As Cole attempts to leave the city, he is met by an FBI agent named Moya who asks him to find her husband John in exchange for his freedom. She explains that John had gone missing when he had met with a group called the First Sons, run by a mysterious man named Kessler. John was a researcher for a project known as the Ray Sphere, which can drain bioenergy from thousands of people and transfer it into a single person, which is how Cole gained his powers, thus making him a conduit. Cole reluctantly agrees to Moya's deal, and is soon met by Kessler himself, who shows Cole horrifying visions of the future where a monstrous beast will cause great devastation, and he believes that Cole is the best chance of stopping it. Throughout the game, Cole will be given several opportunities to use his powers for good or evil purposes, and each decision you make will affect your karma. Some of these are small, like healing pedestrians as opposed to killing them, and a lot of larger karma choices like should you share a food drop with a bunch of hungry people, or scare them off and take it all for yourself and your friends. In addition to the main story, there are a lot of side quests that you can do for experience, and even a few that affect karma directly. Depending on how you want to play, the people will react differently to your karma, and some of the in-game cutscenes will differ depending on how they view you. Even the city itself will change appearance from clear blue skies if you're a hero, or ashen red smoke if you're infamous. It's a really cool mechanic, but once you decide on a path, you will feel encouraged to continue down that path because karma alignment has different upgrades, so it is rewarding to max out that experience. In addition to shooting lightning from his hands, Cole can also fire shockwaves, throw electric grenades, glide, and even slide along power lines, just to name a few. All of these abilities are a blast, and they function in really creative ways. Climbing in this game is also very fluid, as Cole will snap to any climbable surface, and it really makes you feel powerful. He can also shoot while hanging or sliding, which is awesome, as some platforms can double as protective cover. The overall dark tone works really effectively, and the game looks great with its comic book style. I like this kind of presentation because the game is very committed to making this feel like a solid superhero game. Sucker Punch makes you care about the characters and the city that you're responsible for, with amazing development and a great setup. This game is truly outstanding and everything works well. It's not completely flawless, but it is still an awesome experience that I can't recommend enough.